Assalamu alaikum. 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Farzana Khan. First, the headlines. Prime Minister has called upon international community to take notice of anti-Muslim agenda of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, terming it a threat to regional peace. Foreign Minister has expressed apprehensions that India can stage a false flag operation in the world's to divert world attention from the grave human rights violations in India. Special Assistant to Prime Minister on Information says Facebook has violated the basic human rights of people of occupied Kashmir by blocking live streaming of Radio Pakistan's news bulletins. In occupied Kashmir, reeling under chilling cold, people continue to suffer immensely amid unrelenting military siege and lockdown on 148th consecutive day today. Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi has asked for a judicial inquiry into Uttar Pradesh's police unlawful conduct during protests against Discriminatory Citizenship Act. In Afghanistan, 14 security personnel were killed after Taliban militants stormed a security checkpoint in Jozjan province today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan says Pakistan will become the voice of innocent Kashmiris by forcefully raising the issue at all international fora. He stated this during a meeting with the renowned Kashmiri activist Tony Ashahi, who called on him in Islamabad. The Prime Minister said that Pakistan will continue to extend political, diplomatic and moral support to the Kashmiris. He called upon the international community to realize the anti-Muslim agenda of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, terming it a threat to regional peace. Imran Khan said the RSS and Hindutva ideology is an attempt to erase the identity of millions of Muslims residing in India. The meeting discussed current situation in occupied Jammu and Kashmir, with security forces indulging in severe oppression and barbarity against innocent civilians. Tony Ashai thanked Prime Minister Imran Khan for effectively raising the issue of Kashmir at international level, including the United Nations. He apprised the Prime Minister of his efforts to update the American senators and Congress members about Kashmir's humanitarian crisis. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has expressed the apprehensions that India can stage a false flag operation to divert world's attention from grave human rights violations. During the meeting of the Consultation Council on Foreign Affairs in Islamabad today, he said the entire India is protesting against the Modi regime's Hindutva policies. He said those who protest discriminatory measures of the Indian government are facing the worst police torture on behest of the Modi regime. He said police is involved in torturing people by raiding Muslim-majority areas in India. Regarding situation in occupied Kashmir, the foreign minister said that millions of people have been facing curfew since illegal act of the Indian government on 5th of August this year. The participants agreed to further enhance diplomatic interactions with the international community to get people of occupied Kashmir rid of continuing Indian oppression. Facebook management, Special Assistant to the Prime Minister on Information and Broadcasting Dr. Firdaus Ashika Wan has termed as a violation of basic human rights the blocking of live video streaming of Radio Pakistan's news bulletins by Facebook for highlighting human rights violations in occupied Kashmir. She was talking to media after inaugurating a photographic exhibition in Islamabad today. The Special Assistant said the government will make all-out efforts for restoration of the live streaming of Radio Pakistan's news bulletins on the Facebook. She said whenever we try to highlight human rights violations in occupied Kashmir on social media platforms such as Facebook or Twitter, the accounts are suspended. Facebook management has blocked the video streaming of Radio Pakistan's news bulletins for 2 months on highlighting Indian human rights violations in occupied Kashmir. However, Radio Pakistan has made alternate arrangement on YouTube to continue live video streaming of its bulletins. Facebook, through 2 alert notices, has said that 2 posts on the page by Radio Pakistan were against the Facebook community standards. Prime Minister's Special Assistant on National Health Services, Dr. Zafar Mirza, said that the PTI government has started the biggest program in the history of the country to control hepatitis. He said this during his visit to World Health Organization's office in Islamabad today. The Special Assistant said that the government is also working on a comprehensive program regarding nutrition. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. In occupied Kashmir, reeling under chilling cold, people continue to suffer immensely amid unrelenting military siege and lockdown, especially in Kashmir Valley and Jammu region on 148th consecutive day today. Besides restrictions in force under Section 144, the continued suspension of prepaid mobile phone, text messaging and internet services has compounded the miseries of the besieged people of the occupied territory. Speakers at a seminar in Jammu expressed serious concern over unilateral scrapping of special status of Jammu and Kashmir by Modi-led Indian government. They demanded initiation of dialogue between Pakistan and India for de-escalation on the border. Jammu and Kashmir Liberation Front Chairman Mohammad Yasin Malik and senior party leader Shaukat Ahmed Bakshi, who are detained in Tihar and Uttar Pradesh jails in India, appeared through video conferencing before the Tada court in Jammu in decade-old case falsely registered against them. Meanwhile, in blatant violation of local and international laws, the occupation authorities have opened jobs for non-locals at High Court of the territory. The move is seen by locals as transgression on their fundamental rights. Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi Vadera has called for judicial inquiry into Uttar Pradesh's police's unlawful conduct during protests against Discriminatory Citizenship Act and National Register of Citizens. In a letter to State Governor Anindra Patel, he said, "Police have created an atmosphere of terror, discrimination and oppression in the state, thus infringing upon the fundamental rights of every citizen of India." She blamed 23 deaths in the state on police excesses and brutality against the protesters. Organization of Islamic Cooperation has welcomed the United Nations General Assembly resolution strongly condemning rights abuses against Rohingya Muslims and other minority groups in Myanmar. In a statement, the OIC reiterates its call on the international community to extend its support to the legal effort for justice and accountability for the Rohingya people. It is to be recalled that the Republic of Gambia, as chair of the OIC Ad Hoc Ministerial Committee on Accountability for Human Rights Violations against the Rohingyas, has filed a legal case in the International Court of Justice against Myanmar for violating its obligations under the 1948 Convention on the Prevention and Punishment of the Crime of Genocide. In Afghan, Taliban have denied any ceasefire agreement in Afghanistan. The statement from militant group came after local and international media have been releasing reports about a ceasefire between the government and militant group. However, Taliban have repeatedly stated that any potential truce will only be ironed out after U.S. troops withdraw from the territory. In Afghanistan, 14 security personnel were killed in an attack of Taliban at a checkpoint in Jozjan province today. And now, cricket. Central Punjab won first-class Quaid-e-Azam Trophy cricket tournament, beating Northern Punjab by an innings and 16 runs in Karachi today. The scores: Central Punjab 675, Northern 234 and 405. And finally, the weather report. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while very cold with cloudy weather conditions in upper areas during the next 24 hours. Dense fog is likely to prevail in most plain areas of the Punjab and Upper Sindh, while in few districts of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa during morning and night hours. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.